Yes, blessing and love, I and I family tree. Give thanks for life this day and love and happiness, prosperity, equal justice and rights. So, to everyone, man, woman, and child who identify as African, black, anything you want to call on yourself, once your skin color look like mine. If you don't own one of them, yeah, see it there. If you don't own one of these, see it? Yes. You don't own nothing yet. Why? Because that is the only broom that you can find. And when I say the only broom, I mean that is the only thing we can sweep out a whole field. Yeah man, when I say a whole field, I mean a whole field of thorns, a whole field of thistle, and a whole field of bad weed. Give thanks. So, I want to address a group of people who call themselves or who is labeled, because I never them call themselves so. I take that forward. Who are labeled as African Americans, Black Americans, and foundational Black Americans. Those are three different people, you know. Yeah man, and every one of them look alike. So to show you how the CIA power is so strong that even the people them who is already united are believing that they are still divided. Whole heap of power that. It was an experiment from Germany that brought the people who you see the government always try to represent as African Americans and Black Americans and foundation Black Americans, you know. So those are three guinea pigs, you know, whether you want to believe it or not, you know. So it is like they label this rat African American, then this other rat Black American, and then this other rat foundation Black American. So they put them in stages where one is always above the other. If you look. So from house slave to field slave to runaway slave. So it's an experiment that the Germans them bring in for sure say them can use this bug to control the people them who is known as the black race, but we are really Gentiles. So if you notice now, the system always make sure say the Black American is more famous than the other people who identify as black anywhere, because that's the house slaves there. When you see people like even Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey, you know, said those are the house slaves. So the masters give them a bigger piece of the cake more than anyone else. And if these three groups came from Germany, and if you even check, you can check and see that one of the editor of the most famous black magazine in the 60s and 70s was also raised in Germany, went to a school where he wore a swastika on his chest. So he was trained to derail the people who are the people who call themselves or known as black people for a cause. So most people don't know that gentrification mean that them take some of your people, teach those people how to go against you just for a price, just like how you see Judas betray Christ. And if you look at the history of Americans, black Americans, let's just stick to black Americans, because black Americans were the first class, which is the low class. Then they came with the African American, then they came with the foundation black American, which is the higher class. Now notice one thing, when you look at the history of America, everybody there that is black knew about first-hand racism, right or wrong. But at the same time, because there's a bug in that nation, there's no unity, and there cannot be any unity among them because of classes, because they're like the only people who brag on each other about the private school that they're sending their children to without even trying to assist or help. You know, they have all this wealth and money, and they would rather give it back to the benefit of the slave master and then brag about how much they take care of the slave master and his family, just to let their brothers and sisters, family who cannot take care of the slave master, believe that they are below them. Now, if you are taking care of a person that enslaved you, hung you, rape you, and all type of different things, and you're not afraid to turn evidence against your own people just to let them go back into the plantation that you are caught up in, and they decide not to be there with you. Now, isn't that the history of black America? Now check this out. How comes no black American politician have ever tried or even talked about the swastika military base in San Diego if there wasn't a part of that plan? How come there is no black American who's trying to get justice for the CIA inoculating the black community with cocaine? And if you look good, it was a joint military operation between the CIA and black Americans to destroy the community. So that means the communities that the crack cocaine went to, those people wasn't black Americans. Those people was the original native of the land. So black Americans have to understand that the government use you guys to infiltrate and defeat any stronghold where there is any person that identify as black, meaning us Gentiles, who get favor from their people and respect. Because that's the only thing. If you notice, guys, I'm not trying to disrespect, because you're my people, but there's a bug in you. You don't hesitate to have sex with anybody. You find excuse for sex, you find excuse for nakedness, selling your bodies, everything, homosexuality. You are cool with every evils of the world, the same evil that the slave masters are cool with. So now there's a president in America that celebrated his birthday in the same manner that Adolf Hitler celebrated his birthday. And that president also is from a place where American natives who are Gentiles, fought a man named Adolf Hitler twice, who bore the emblem swastika as his moniker. Now, what is the swastika military base doing in San Diego, Georgia, and why there is a German man leading the American government today under Al Sharpton and Reverend Louis Farrakhan scrutiny? And after this man celebrated his birthday with the same military parade as Adolf Hitler did in April of 1939, then the man celebrated the Auschwitz concentration camp, and then he built a concentration camp in Florida called Alligator Alcatraz. And nobody cannot see that Donald Trump is taking revenge on all the Americans who unalived this family in World War I and World War II. So that's how drunk you are. But you are drunk under the black American bug who is among us, that is keeping you away from that, the one who keep telling you to vote. That's the trait.